What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Whiskey and Windage Reviews. I'm Matt, and today we're going to talk about my go-to rifle. Of all the rifles in my collection, what would be the rifle that I would pick up with a kit and go out with? What is my shit hits the fan rifle? So we're going to do just that. And today we're going to go over the burning powder, kicking brass, Romanian AKM. All right, let's get all the boring stuff out of the way for the safety police. We have an empty magazine on the table. That's the only thing on the table. And we have an empty rifle. So everything's safe. Of course, we want to make sure we set a good example as pewtubers of safety. Here it is, boys and girls. The burning powder, kicking brass fighting rifle, the shit hits the fan rifle, my go-to if there was ever a need to have a legitimate fighting rifle, this is gonna be it. So what exactly is it? Well, it's a lot of things. It's kind of a mashup, man. It's a collection of garbage all smashed together into this AK platform rifle. So I refer to it as a Romanian AKM. In Romania, this would have been referred to as the PMMD 63. But this one's Romanian. 1963 was the first year Romania adopted that from the Soviet Union. So real quick, tip to butt, what we've got going on here. It's a little crazy, a little bit of old mixed with a little bit of new. I like my AKs kind of contemporary, kind of classic looking with some modern touches. This one has all the basic things that most people would consider make a rifle a fighting rifle. So just tip to butt, a quick rundown of exactly what's going on with this thing. Up front here, we have a Midwest Industries dual chamber muzzle brake. This helps a lot in taming the recoil of the 7.62 by 3.9. A great brake, not a whole lot of money. Next we see, this is mostly artwork. Usually in the Middle East, in some of those cultures and using the AK, you'll see that militias, rebels, they keep this up front. They call it the last round, and it's exactly what it's called. It is the last round that you have in case all your mags are gone, everything's gone, and to avoid capture, you've got one more up here that you get to decide how you want to use it. So there's my last round. Moving down, we have here the Enforce XMLX, the big one. This is fairly new to me. I haven't used it a whole lot yet, but I knew that a fighting rifle needed to be completed with some lighting. Holding on to that is what we've got here is an upper handguard that was a takeoff from a Palmetto State Armory AKP that I used to own. Say that it's sturdy enough to zero an optic on or anything, but gives you a little bit of rail space to do stuff like lights, lasers, all that. So a little bit of rail space there. This is a Romanian surplus laminate dong. In the AK community, we call them dongs. Usually it's got a little bit more meat on it. It's very phallic looking. This has been cut into what's referred to as a shark fin. So anytime you have a Romanian dong that's cut down to allow a little more clearance for magazines, they're going to call it a shark fin. I have a pretty big shark fin, pretty big, pretty drastic angle. I wanted to make sure to keep most of the face of that foregrip so that I could still get a good purchase on it. A lot of dongs you see are circumcised down pretty low, don't leave a whole lot of meat on the bones. I got big old bear claws. I wanted a little extra to grab onto. This dong's got a little bit of faked trench art. We got some grooves here. I did carve my wife's name into this rifle. That would have been pretty traditional in a lot of AK usage. A lot of the guys in the trenches would carve art, their wife's name, their girlfriend's name, just something to remind them of home. Some pieces even have kill notches. So this is real wood, came out of the trenches. It got a Romanian leather sling, real simple sling. It is surplus Romanian. All AKs just have this sling loop on the front, but it's only on the left side. So I'm a southpaw. I tied a little piece of paracord to give me a little extra length to be able to make it around to the other side. And that's my workaround for the sling. Back here in the bolt carrier and charging handle area, it's going to be a little hard to see. But this charging handle extension is actually the gas piston from another AK. So cut off the charging handle, welded on this gas piston. This was done by a good friend of mine who goes by the name of Shinobi Welding. He does all kinds of crazy work on AKs. Real living pieces of art. This isn't just a rifle, it is a piece of modern art. And most AK guys' main rifle is going to be a reflection of them, you know, kind of like a custom car culture. No one is exactly the same. A lot of the parts you can't buy, you have to get made, you have to know the person who made them, and you have to spend time in the culture to figure that out. It does have a side mount for optics if I decided to go that way, but I'm actually using another piece of Palmetto technology, their dog leg rail. This was ripped off of a buddy's gun, and he gave me the parts, and I ground on it and smashed on it until it fit mine. It is super, super solid. That's not the case with all dog legs. They do take some fitting. So then I've got down here an extended magazine release. It might be a little hard to see here, but that is just a little extra piece of metal. I'll do it with my left hand. A little extra piece of metal so that you can swipe it with your thumb and throw that mag away. This guy here is a Magwell flare by Sun Tactical. Really inexpensive. It just helps in reducing the angle of the rock and lock. It's more of a straight push in there. So that's a custom little hot rod piece. Shinobi Welding did that for me. And he also helped me put this together. I kind of came up with the idea and the drawing, but he welded and did the execution for me on my safety lever to have an ambidextrous safety. So this is an extra little arm that we welded on and painted with black spray paint so that I could run my safety with my left hand. Optic, I'm running a Primary Arms RD25 red dot, just on the mount that it came with. I've got a little backup peep sight right behind it so that I can still use my sights. For the buttstock, Romanian AKM would have come with a wooden laminate buttstock. This is a Bulgarian commercial triangle. Just kind of bolts in place and takes the place of the wooden buttstock that normally would have been there. I don't know that it functions any different really. It just looks kind of cool. Very traditional Romanian Bakelite grip, a custom leather buttstock cover on the back. That's a quick rundown of the machine. That's what you get there. AK people, I mean, we're known to be a little eccentric, probably, known as artists. We like to wear gold chains, we wear Adidas, and we rock these crazy machines. And I think because of the way they look, the stuff in the market, people tend to think that they're not serious, that they're not a viable option as a fighting rifle. And I understand why they wouldn't be someone's first choice. They do have quirks, different manual of arms, definitely different than an M4 or an M16 platform. But undoubtedly, they are the most proven small arms weapon system on the face of the planet. Hundreds of millions of AKs in service worldwide. And I mean, the stats don't lie. It is legitimately the most proven battle rifle on our planet. So, burning powder, kicking brass, I choose the Romanian AKM to be my primary fighting rifle. It's a platform that I love. They have character that just cannot be matched by a modern flat top AR or M16 platform rifle. A living, breathing piece of work, and I really enjoy them. But of all my AKs, that we call it the burning powder kicking brass Romanian rifle. I call it Linnea after my wife. This is my go-to shit hits the fan rifle. So, if y'all made it this far, I want to thank you for tapping in. I sure appreciate you. Whiskey and Windage appreciate you. On behalf of my partners, Adam and Mike, we want to say thank you. If you haven't, hit that subscribe bell, man. We've got new reviews coming out every week. Go over and check out Whiskey and Windage podcast, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.